She said kinda love affair.
Is love in the air, or is your relationship on the verge of destruction? Let's talk about it. Sit back,
Relax.
and enjoy your favorite cocktail as we discuss relationships, dating,
Sex.
and love. Love on the rocks, that is.
Love on the rocks. Love on the rocks. Love on the rocks. Love on the rocks.
Oh, everyone, welcome to Love on the Rocks. I'm Roger the Wild Child, along with Megan Bennett. Hey, Megan. Meg? You're on mute. Whoops, hang on. There you
Hi.
are. Hey, Meg.
Sorry.
Welcome to another great edition of Love on the Rocks. It is our Monday night get together here. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and of course Twitch. Megan,
How are you?
you picked this topic this week.
I did.
Why?
I did.
Why?
I thought it would be. It's so. What is the word? It's such a crock of shit. And
Turn the baseball game off. Turn it down.
can you hear it? Really?
Yes, I
You can hear
can.
that?
Yes. Yes, I can.
Oh my goodness.
All right. So it's a
where
crock
is
of
that game
shit.
anyway? Yeah, it's a crock of shit. And it's become such a thing these days. And I don't understand it. I have such strong feelings about it. It's such a crock of shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I take it you've been friend zoned way too many times.
I thought about this earlier, and
Okay.
I have been friend zoned, but I feel like I don't know if I've been the one to like friend zone some, but it's not even friend zoning. It's just I deny and turn down, I guess would be the correct thing. But I've definitely been friend zoned. I feel even currently, even with like Rodney, I feel like I'm completely friend zoned
Mm-hmm.
so much of the time. And maybe I don't know. It's just I've been in that position, but I've also been the one to friend zone. And I didn't realize until like I was friend zoned by someone that I like really cared about what it really does to somebody, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I didn't realize like I would friend zone and just not think about it. And then when it happened to me with someone that genuinely meant something,
Mm-hmm.
like, damn, this really isn't that nice. This isn't that cool.
When I was like in high school, and the term wasn't created at that time, but I was always friend zoned in high school.
Right.
It's like, all these, girls are dating these other guys and like, oh, you're too nice guy. You're too much of a nice guy. You're my friend. You're like a brother to me. I'm like, I don't want to be your brother.
No, classic. You're like a brother to me.
I like a brother to me. I'm like, screw the whole brother shit.
Oh, well, I grew up with, or not even that, because I have a lot of friends I've grown up with, but
yeah.
That's my ex's daughter. That's my ex. It's so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. We're going to get into this topic here. We're bring on the relationship influencers. We've got Crystal, Lydia, and Drew
Lydia.
this week.
Hi, Drew.
Howdy. Hello, everybody.
How are y'all?
Living the
As
dream.
tired as me?
I was gonna say living the dream.
Living the dream.
It's my go-to.
That
I say
is my
that.
go-to.
I say that probably 30 times a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agree.
Yeah. So Drew's in the friend zone with me right now. So
Well,
Is that right, Drew?
is he?
That's what he
Are you
thinks.
sure about that? Are you
Are
sure?
you
Friend
sure about
zone
that?
too.
Are you sure about that?
It's like my favorite TikTok thing going on right now.
No,
Who?
the Kevin James meme. The Kevin James meme has got to be
The Kevin James memes are
Funniest
pretty good. I'm
shit
not gonna
ever.
lie.
He's like,
Is
I
that the
don't
guy
know.
from
King of Queens.
King of Queens.
Doug
yeah,
Heffernan.
yeah.
yeah.
I don't know how they started, why they started, but I'm here for it. 'Cause
Yeah,
love
I like
that
him.
show.
He's
Not
funny.
complaining.
I have that
like
entire series on DVD, so even if like streaming goes out, I'm I got my backup.
Wait, what came first, King of Queens or Everyone Loves Raymond?
I believe Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah, everyone loves Raymond.
They did do a crossover episode.
Well, he was originally a character on Everybody Loves Raymond. It's a spinoff.
Yeah, because they're friends in real life, so they always.
Yeah.
Oh, such a good show. Such a good show.
Yeah, it was a good show.
Now I want to go watch it.
I
wonder if Doug Heffernan ever been in the friend zone. Well, because it seems like Doug is like a super nice guy. It seems like he would be in the friend zone.
True.
Kevin James, when he was younger, was like an elite athlete.
I believe it.
Really?
Yeah, he was like all-state wrestling. You ever watch the movie Here Comes the Boom?
Yeah.
He can actually fight. Like he's actually an athlete.
That's
so he probably wasn't getting friend zone.
So Crystal, give us the definition of friend zone.
Well, why do you come to me for the definition?
Because you do the research.
Yeah, you're the stats girl.
I am the stats girl. Okay, I don't have a ton of stats for you today, though. I
Okay.
have a lot of more opinions for you
Okay,
today.
fair enough.
So,
But there's a lot of people out there that are like, I've heard the term friend zone. I'm thinking it's just because they just want to be friends and nothing more. But let's get
No,
down
it's
to
where
it.
it's the
There's
category they
more.
place you in when they want to bang and then drop you like a bad habit. and
That's not a
blend it
friend
on.
zone
That's
either.
not the friend
That's
zone.
Yes,
friends
it
with
is.
benefits. That's friends with
Oh
benefits.
yeah, you're right.
That's
Yeah.
friends with
Y'all
benefits.
see where my
Yeah.
mind's at right now.
Yeah, no, friend zone is like they're completely shutting the door off to anything romantic.
Yeah, they're the
but
ones
they
that
still
pat you
want
on the
you to
back
be
when they
there
hug
for
you.
them. They want you to be their boyfriend without the benefits. It's friends without benefits.
There you go.
Mhm.
Friends
That's a good.
without
Yeah, that's a
friend
good way to put
zone
it.
has such a negative connotation, and for the life of me, I mean, like, I get it if you're disappointed that somebody just wants to be friends with you and not date you, but like, it's not always a bad thing.
No,
I think.
but go ahead. Go ahead.
Here's my thing.
Okay.
Now, I feel like we're looking at this very much from a guy's point of view, right? So
Right.
we want to date somebody. They say, "Oh, you're like a brother to me. You're in the friend zone. You're not happy." Now, I want you to think about this for just a minute. Imagine being friends with somebody, thinking everything's all hunky dory, and then you find out the only reason why they're friends with you is because they want to sleep with you. Which one's worse?
No, that's bad too. But I think
They're
in
both
most
bad.
cases, the girl knew like what the intentions of the guy were, and at what like they weren't like just friends before, and then he fell in love. It was like they met. He wanted to take her on a date, and then after the date, she's like, no, you know. And I'm okay with being friend zoned, but at the same time, I'm not going to just hang out with you and then watch you date other guys while I'm very much into you.
No, but think about like meeting somebody casually, like maybe they were dating somebody at the time, whatever. You've known each other for years, okay?
Right.
Like you've already seen them. Maybe it's somebody you saw grow up. I don't know. But just imagine that for a minute, like thinking like you're friends with somebody, and then you come to find out the only reason why they were friends with you and pretended to like you is because they wanted to sleep with you. Like I feel like that's way worse. And
I think it's worse.
I have
I
unfortunately
could see
experienced that a
that.
lot.
Yeah, I could see why you would look at it in
think
that
it's way worse.
perspective.
Like, why am I not worthy of just being friends with?
Like, why do you have to put in the whole
Right.
getting intimate part?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's the worst.
But what if they're
I feel
actually
that's
really
the
into you, Crystal, or whoever, and you know, and they don't want to be that friend. They want to be more than a friend with you.
Well,
And-
that's all fine and dandy, but like if I'm not ready to be more than friends, or at certain points in my life, I knew that like, okay, if I want this person to stay in my life,
Mm-hmm.
I should not date them.
worst.
That makes any sense.
Yeah.
Perfect sense. Perfect
You know, because
sense.
I'm not
relationships
saying
come
that's
and
where I'm at
go.
now, but once upon a time.
Yes, and I get that. For relationships come and go, friendships can last forever. And sometimes, you know, you're friends with somebody and then you guys cross the line. We've done an episode on this where you cross the line and it can ruin friendships by crossing the line. So to
Yeah.
avoid that, you keep that person in a friend zone.
And I mean, that's not to say nobody ever comes out of the friend zone, because like as I mature in, in dating.
Mhm.
And as I put myself out there more, I realized like I have to be friends with somebody first because like, looks fade, the spark isn't always there. And if at the end of the day you can't be friends, then
Then you can't, right.
that's gonna
I
suck.
agree.
Yeah.
So like I feel like there has to be a certain amount of friendship there to begin with. I totally understand like moving on beyond a certain point. If one person's not cool with it, one person's not cool with it. Like
Mhm.
that's it. But I mean, I don't think that you should be friends with somebody just because you're waiting around for the chance to sleep with them. I do think that a
Be
certain
waiting
level of
forever,
friendship
most
needs to-
likely.
right. I do think like a certain level of friendship needs to exist in any relationship.
Mhm.
And, sometimes being friend zoned isn't that bad.
If you guys have a question or comment about this topic, we're talking about the friend zone. Have you been friended or are you friending somebody? Do you have a comment or story about this? Give us a call or shoot us a comment below, or you can call us 845-442-LOVE. That's 845-442-5683. It's Love on the Rocks with Roger and Megan. We are here with our relationship influencers, Crystal, Drew, and Lydia. So we're definitely here for you guys. If you guys please chime in and let us know what your thoughts are. Now, anybody, you guys have Drew, have you been friend zoned?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like for 4 straight years.
Wow, what happened?
Well, okay, so growing up in high school, I was the small kid. I was like 5'4" until I was 18.
Mm-hmm.
And this girl started off as my friend, and then I slowly developed like heavy feelings for her. And I had no confidence, so I didn't do anything about it. That's on me. But right when I was about to do something about it, she ended up getting a boyfriend. And her and I were like, we hung out every day. Me and this girl hung out every day. And then I became friends with her boyfriend, which was fucking torture. And I got to see them develop this very strong relationship. They were planning on getting married. They dated for all of high school.
Mm-hmm.
And mistakes were made down the road, but I'm not friends with either one of them anymore. Really?
Are they married?
No, they. So
Another story for another time.
That's another episode.
They broke up. She ran to me.
Oh.
Yeah, she came out and said that she had
the tables
feelings.
have turned.
Yeah, she came out and said that the entire time she also had feelings for me, which I
Fucking
thought was
homemaker.
bullshit. I thought, yeah.
Did
you're
you
right.
bang her?
They got down. They got down and dirty.
What? I was. Banger.
I don't even know what to say
Banger.
to you right now.
We made love.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
That makes it so
No,
much
you lying.
worse. Like just the way you.
Yeah,
No.
it was awful. But well, it wasn't awful, but the situation was awful. I don't think he
Pretty
actually
awful
knows
situation.
about it either.
Who does know? No, I'm just kidding.
You beat me to it.
Not-
It's online.
No.
They went to college together, split up in college. Then yeah, he thinks that she kissed me, which she did.
Yeah, well, she did more than kissing.
Kissed with part.
But now she's with
Oh my god.
but now she's with a dude that looks exactly like that guy.
They
So
say
he has
that.
a type.
Yeah, people do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny you say that. I've heard that so many times that we tend to go for our like look similar to the ones that like meant something to us in our past.
Mhm.
You end up, you break up, whatever, you move on, but you always tend to go towards somebody who resembles your ex.
Mhm.
Is that
Right.
like, a thing?
I'm all over the place.
I feel like okay. Have y'all
I'm
heard
all
of what I'm talking about though?
I honestly like
I've seen people do that. They
Right.
don't know that they're
Okay,
doing
so it's
it.
not just me.
I just
Okay.
like attractive people. They don't have to look all the same.
I guess per se a type, like a really strong.
Yeah,
People have a stereotype of what they're dating, and if then they move on to that same stereotype.
I do have a type for sure.
And they
But
don't
like
break
in
from
their
that
looks,
stereotype.
they look almost like a doppelganger of their
Mhm.
ex.
Oh, I have seen that. I have seen that.
Mhm.
Like not
Like,
just personality. I'm talking like physical appearance. They look identical to that ex.
This one guy I'm friends with, he's like right in between me and my uncle's age, so we're kind of both friends with him. He's loaded. He did some he worked construction with my uncle, like he owned a company, and my uncle owned a company, and they would just like work together. But his wife, I remember she was my age, and I found out she was my age. It blew my mind. I was like, we were all eating dinner, and she's like, "Yeah, she's 22," and I was like, "You're my age?" And my aunt goes, "No, she's like a year older." I was like, "Cindy, we would have gone to high school together. He's like 35." And anyway, they end up getting divorced. She takes like half his money, and then he shows up to the last year's Super Bowl party with a girl that looks just like her with the same name.
Wow.
The same
Wait,
name.
I didn't know.
Same name. I was like, "It's Allie, right? Like we've met." He's like, "Different Allie." I was like,
Shut up, dude. Shut up.
That's actually really funny because when I was like 16, like 17 years old or whatever, I dated this guy who had his ex's name was the same as mine and he had a tattoo down his neck. And I was like, oh, so we're obviously meant to be together. You know, it did not work out. But yeah. And then he went back to her. So it was, I mean, it was just the same name. It's funny.
So wait,
Oh
you
my
were
goodness.
16, 17 dating somebody with a tattoo on their neck.
What did your
Yeah.
parents say?
Are you from Conyers,
didn't know.
Georgia?
how funny would it have been if he had crossed out?
I was
that one
definitely
and just
17.
redid the
I was
tattoo.
definitely,
Do it every day.
17.
Right.
But like you guys have the same name, so imagine he like crossed
Right?
out that one and then just,
Redid
rewrote it.
Good times. Good times.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
Roger, tell us your friend.
Yeah,
zone
tell us
story.
this
I'm
time you
curious.
Yeah.
friend zone
I'm
someone.
curious.
You know, it's just like
Do
you
your
know,
meet and greets end in friend zoning?
The meet and
Oh,
greet.
good question.
Well, this was
Yeah.
great, sis. Have a good one.
Well, I told you that. Okay, I told you, you know, I met this girl. We, you know, had coffee or whatever, and think we kicked it off really well. And then she said, that night, I said, "Hey, let's meet again." She goes, "I cannot date you." I'm like, "Why? You remind me too much of my brother. I feel like I'm dating my brother."
Respect.
I was like,
I can understand that.
That's the girl we all met, right? Like brown-headed
"No,
chick.
no.
No.
No."
But she told you right away,
Weird.
right?
She told me like that night after we met that I reminded her too much of her brother. I got, dude, newsflash,
fair.
I'm not your brother.
That's fair though. I mean, it's
Hey,
not
at
like
least
you
you
got
can
to
waste your time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
that's
Let's
fair.
go
I was
out on
like-
more meet and greets right away.
But are you guys
Yeah,
still
but more
friends?
meet and greets. Huh?
Are you guys friends today?
No, we don't even talk. We
So
didn't talk after that.
so
I'm
he
like,
relationship zoned her.
I what?
You relationship zoned her. She said she
No.
couldn't date you, but you won't be friends with her. You just wanted to be in a relationship or nothing, right?
Well, yeah, he was doing meet and greets.
That's a relationship.
Yeah.
zone.
I got plenty of friends.
that's exactly it. That's like I said that to the last girl that friend zoned me.
Oh, and so I
Am I the only one that doesn't? Like, can we do an episode on how to make friends in your 30s?
Right?
I don't know how to
Bumble
make friends in 30.
BFF.
I've
Right.
done Bumble
No,
BFF.
I tried
That's why
that.
I've seen that.
I tried that.
I don't know
do
how to
too.
make
I do
friends
because
in
I
my 30s.
travel a lot. So like I figured it would be nice to have like girlfriends everywhere I go. Like it's so hard. Like I couldn't imagine then like I've never been on a dating app, so I couldn't imagine like if finding a friend on an app is that hard. Like how hard it is to find a date.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
way easier to find a friend than it is a date.
Not for me.
Yeah,
Friend
but
or
like
acquaintance?
an actual friend. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have made I've made amazing friends just at
I have a
random
lot of
people at the
internet
bar.
friends. I need some real life friends.
We'll get you some real life friends. I'll send some mine your way.
I'll be your real life friend, Lydia.
I'll be your real life
Just
friend.
go get friend zoned and
This
then
is
Yeah.
technically.
You can
internet
all
friends
put me in the friend zone. That's fine.
All right.
so now I have to bring this up too. Because I feel like every girl needs a good guy friend, like a good straight guy friend. That,
My best friend is a guy, and we've been best friends for 17 years.
like every girl needs one of those to kind of somebody who's not going to try to sleep with us, who's not just friends because they want to sleep with us, but
Mhm.
like somebody who could kind of set us on right track when we're, because listen, like when we like somebody, it's like blinders and we don't see any of the red flags. I cannot tell you how many times like my guy friends that I trust to like lead me in the right way that I know aren't just trying to sleep with me have been like, hi, dummy, like, what are you doing? That's not you. Like, and it's seriously helpful. But then I've also had an ex tell me that no guys want to be friends with you. They just want to sleep with you. That's just how it works. So like, I have a hard time believing that, but like, is that true?
Yeah, it's true.
I don't necessarily think so.
There's a classic test. Okay, you text your friend that you and your guy just broke up and ask him to come over, and he will 100% of the time say yes, and 100% of the time he will go through with the act if you initiate it. 100%.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You think so? Do we have stats on this?
We are primal.
We don't,
are
but I'm
primal.
thinking I have to look up this.
I believe the word is
Crystal.
savage.
I like that too. We are primal savages.
That's so interesting.
It is what it is.
I'm really that dumb to think that
you can't be friends with a girl.
Well, I can't.
Right.
I'm
friends
friends with girls that I have zero interest in.
There you go.
exactly.
That's what we're saying. You can have.
But a lot of guys don't follow that philosophy.
But
see, you're the exception
guys,
of every rule, right?
that
Drew?
exists.
I guess this one. I guess on this one.
Okay.
If I don't know. I can't be good friends with a girl that I definitely want to sleep with.
Really?
Yeah. Unless we're in a relationship, and then of course we're gonna be best friends. But like because it's gonna kill me to see her not be with me.
Can you have a best friend that you don't have feelings with, but have a non-platonic friendship with them, and then just totally be cut off from feelings?
Are you talking about friends with benefits right now? Are we back to friends with benefits?
Yeah, we're back to that.
Absolutely, I can do that.
No, I can be friends with a guy and not ever sleep with them, not even ever thinking about it.
100%, but you're a female.
I'm perfectly capable of being friends with a guy and not wanting to sleep with him and not ever crossing that line.
Right.
Like, why is it so hard for y'all?
That's what I'm not understanding. Like, why is it so challenging?
Our life force is motivated differently.
What?
Because women are from Venus and men are from Mars.
Yep.
Listen, it has been a long time. If y'all have not evolved by now, I do not know what to tell you.
There's no hope.
On it. Let's go.
It's worked for plenty of years. We're doing pretty good. Yeah.
It really has it.
Have you
Because y'all
seen
seem a little
freeways
salty
and
about being
electrical
friend-zoned,
grids? And...
Like, none of us are. I don't know. I don't really think it's worked out well.
I haven't been friend zoned in a long time.
Neither have I.
Are you sure about that?
I'm
I'm just gonna see how many times I can say.
It's only friend zoning if you are romantically interested in them. It's not friend zoning if you guys are mutually agreeing that we're just friends. That's not friend zoning.
That's true.
There's a lot of people who say we're just friends. That's all I want to be, and they
Are secretly
lying.
harboring feelings.
Yeah, they're
they're
lying.
harboring feelings.
I don't put myself in those situations.
You're full of shit.
I don't.
Bush1G on Twitch says, "Aye, what's up, G?" I just had to
What's
throw
up?
that out there.
I think
Hi.
we need to record that.
Hey,
Right.
what's up?
That
G?
needs to be the new intro.
Or be like the outro.
Right. So, Lydia, your whole thoughts on the whole friend zone thing. Have you been friend zoned? I mean,
I don't think so.
no.
I don't have no. I mean, like I said, my best friend, he's been my best friend since we were 17 years old, so half of our lives.
And not once have you guys thought about
No, he was, like when we first met, it was like he was the helpful friend because like I didn't have a car, so he taught me to drive. Like he's always just, we would
do you
have.
think he's had a second? Do you think he hoped that one time that yeah, Drew's going, yes. He's like, I want to be so nice. I'm going to teach her how to drive, and hopefully she'll fall in love with me.
No,
Oh my
I don't
god.
think he knew. I don't think he knew what he was doing, but yes, he definitely thought about it.
We used to like we would hang out and it would like be our day where we just like go to the movies, we have food,
Oh,
and
you
like
want dates?
no, not at all. Like he calls my kids call him uncle, his son, you know, I'm aunt to his son. Like it's just we've always been best friends. We're always gonna be best friends. It's
Okay.
I believe.
And there are exceptions to all the rules. So I'll give you that.
Okay, let me get an opinion. Now that we're talking about friend zoning, this is not about me. This is a girlfriend of mine. I'm not going to say any
sure
names,
about
but it's
that?
Yeah,
Sure
exactly.
about that?
I
positive.
have a friend.
No,
of
it's
a
not
friend.
friend,
A
and I
friend
just
I
want-
know.
No. I just want an opinion. So there's this girlfriend of mine, and there's a guy that she literally like she's grown up with. Families are super close knit. Like they do events together, birthdays, graduations, baby showers, wedding showers, divorce parties, whatever.
Right.
And this guy treats her like a gentleman, is a great friend. They attempted dating like, I don't know, some time ago. It didn't work out. They remained friends. The reason it didn't work out is his ex, they've been off and on for a good number of years, like a really good number of years. Moving in and out, like the ups and downs. You know what I mean?
Right.
This whole time, they've remained friends. She still has the hope that things are going to work out. Meanwhile, the ex is in and out, still like at the house, visiting, going to, I'm trying to say this without giving so much away, going to events, family oriented events.
Thanksgiving, Christmas.
That, yes, and things like baseball games, soccer games, wrestling matches, that those sorts of things.
Mm-hmm.
Even as recent as like this, my girlfriend and this guy have gone like even recently in the last couple of weeks, like hanging out. Is she being friend zoned, or
She's being
is
used.
there
Yeah, sounds like it.
She's being used.
being friend zoned?
Has
Not
anyone
even
tried to
friend
make a move at any point in time?
Yeah.
Was it her or was it him?
Since they've broken up,
Since they broke, like they've had relations.
Oh, so they've hooked up.
Oh,
They've
yeah.
hooked up. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
They've
like
hooked
after
up.
like post relationship, they've hooked up.
Yes.
Okay. And who initiated that?
Oh, I have no idea.
Probably him.
we need
I have
the
no idea.
details.
Him.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that part of it.
See, back to what I was saying. Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Detail.
possible. He initiated, of course. Yes.
Maybe he did. I don't know, but I can.
Who broke
I
it
don't
off?
know.
He
I
broke
see
it
them
off with
both.
his ex?
Like, I guess one of them obviously did, but I don't know which one did. But I feel like this person is pushing her away and like looking back to see if she's trailing along. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
It's
Crystal, you
either-
get what I'm saying?
Absolutely does.
because that's exactly what he's doing.
Trying to
Right.
see if she's
That-
still on his leash.
Yes.
Well, it's either that or they both truly do have feelings for each other, but they're just not.
See, that's
like,
what I'm wondering. If it's
execute-
like an
Here's the
honest.
thing. If you really care for somebody, you're going to be with them. You're not going to string them along. You're not going to drop them when the ex comes back. Every time he goes back to the ex, he's saying, I am choosing this person over you. Period.
Right.
The end.
You're not
And
going to
you're
be the
never gonna
fall
work
guy or
out
the
in a
fall
relationship.
girl.
Right.
The what?
Not the fall guy or the fall girl.
No,
No.
it's
But, like,
very easy to accidentally become that, though.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
I always think like if I'm not your first choice, go with your second.
right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like go with your second. If I'm
go
not,
with
if
the
there's
other.
I don't
any
wanna be
debate
the
at all,
second.
go with your second.
It's me or nothing.
Right. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, she's being used.
Mm-hmm.
Sexy
I know
position
she
to-
hears this. She better hear it.
Whoever
Well, it's
you
different
are
coming
out
from
there.
strangers.
Well, what does she want out of it too? Because
Yeah.
maybe she's enjoying it.
No. She wants more.
Oh, she wants
Like
me to get
she's held out hope all
Mhm.
this time
Yeah.
for more.
Yeah. she just
and
needs
I
to get
feel
a
like
boyfriend.
he's done just enough to keep her right there, just biting bait, like at the very, very end. Just enough to keep her straying along, but has no real intentions of like pursuing anything between the two of them.
There's
But
a
she
How I
had-
Met Your Mother episode about this. There
Another good
is.
show.
But it's a
He goes,
major,
yeah.
I feel like major friend zone, but it's a
Mhm.
small amount of bait, just enough to like keep
Mhm.
her on that edge of friend zone and not.
Mhm.
He's just
You know?
stringing her along
Mhm. We
Right.
can't be together.
because the relationship
Right
he
now.
wants is so unsteady. So
But do you
Yeah.
still want to hook up?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He wants his cake and eat it too.
He has been.
Okay. I'm so
He
glad
actually
you
got
got
away
it.
with it.
Let them
actually
eat
got away with it.
cake.
Let them eat cake. Yeah.
Let them eat cake. 845-442. Love is our phone number. Give us a call. We know you're watching. We know you got something to say. Don't be afraid. Give us a call. It's unfiltered, uncensored. Speak your mind. 845-442-5683. Give us a call here. We're talking about the fallacies of the friend zone. So, Crystal, I know you have a lot of opinions on this.
I do. Here's the thing. I've experienced, like I said, the other side of that, like somebody just pretending to be my friend because what they really wanted was to sleep with me. And it just kind of like makes you question like everything about them. Like, why
Everything.
on God's green earth would I want to be in a relationship with you if that's the only reason why you were friends with me? Because you just showed me what a shitty person you are. Like, why would I want to be with somebody like that? But
Amen.
at the same time, like, I understand, like, you boys get a little hurt with unrequited feelings, and that's the true definition of friend zone, I guess. But hopefully there aren't a whole bunch of guys out there just pretending to be friends with girls just because they want to sleep with them. If there are guys who like that,
I feel like it's got to be exhausting. Like
You're a
eventually-
douchebag if you are. For real.
I
And
had
there's a lot of guys that are that way. It's like a
There's a lot of
challenge.
douchebags
It's like a
in the world.
score for them. They're looking at it like
A notch
know.
in their belt, a knock on their
Exactly.
bedpost. It's disgusting.
So
It
your
is.
friend's
Really-
situation, I was
Mhm.
actually on her side of that very recently.
Really.
Yeah, right before the girl I just started seeing now,
Mhm.
there's this girl, and she trained me at a job together. Like we both worked at a hotel together, and day one, I thought she was flirting with me. And so later we're working together, and she goes, "Hey, do you want to grab a drink after work?" And I was like, "Oh, she's definitely flirting with me." And so I go to the bar that she told me to go to, and she's there with her boyfriend. I was like, "Okay, she's wasn't flirting with me."
But
No, but
to
it
her
gives-
But she
defense,
didn't give any inclination.
no. This is that's just like the first day we met. This is a whole.
my niceness,
oh, wait, there's a
though,
whole story on this?
my
Yeah.
niceness comes across as flirting, and I don't intend it to be that way.
Mine does
But
too.
Some people
No,
feel
no,
as
no,
though
no,
I'm
no, no, no,
flirting,
no.
and I'm like, no, I'm just being nice. Like,
Stop it right
Maybe
now.
they
both
want
of
you to
That's going
join
the wrong
them,
way.
Drew.
Nice is
Thi-
flirting.
I'm not
It is not
done.
your fault.
I'm
Yeah.
not done.
I'm like, whichever way.
Hey, let
It's
Drew
not your
finish.
fault that your niceness gets confused with flirting.
Okay,
It's not your
Drew,
fault.
let Drew
So-
finish his story.
That's a good
So
point.
boyfriend leaves the bar. We go to
Okay.
a different bar. We're all hanging out. I'm very okay with just being this girl's friend, right? And I'm calling my Uber. I live pretty far away, and she goes, "Hey, don't do that. We both work tomorrow. You can just stay at my place." I was like, "Are you sure? Wasn't that your boyfriend right there? Is he gonna be cool with that?" And she goes, "Well, we're in an open relationship, and
I
he
knew it.
has a whole."
I knew it.
Oh.
I knew it.
He has
I knew it.
yeah, nah, listen. And so we go over there, and I'm like, okay, I'm still not doing anything with this girl. Like, we work together. She has a whole. I'm not comfortable with being another guy in an open relationship. Like that just, it feels unsafe. And so we get there, and she goes, "You can sleep on the couch. However, I am open to cuddles in the bed if you want to sleep in the bed with me." And I was like, "I'm gonna sleep on the couch." And so
I
the
could
next
never
day,
picture saying that to somebody. I'm open to cuddles.
yeah, it's
Right.
weird. So then the next day we go back out again, and we end up at her place, and we're watching stand-up comedy and shit on TV. And she goes, "Hey, do you want to see my nudes?" And we're also on every type of thing right now. And I was like, that's a weird question.
Yeah.
But
And
yes.
then yeah, sure. And so she's like, starts
I'm
showing me
sorry,
her
but
nudes.
even if I don't want to like hook up with you, I'm still gonna want to see.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I'll take a look. If you're just gonna throw them in my face, I'll take a look. Anyway,
Right.
Yeah.
the next day, I slept on the couch again. Then I was like, she told me to make a move, and I was like, this is weird. And so the next day we go back to her place again, and she gives me Molly, and then that's when everything
Happened.
just
Like
happened.
Molly, like Molly.
Yes, Molly.
True.
What? Anyway,
Oh my God.
What the?
anyway, so she ends up leaving that guy, and I actually started to develop feelings for her. We just got along really well. It was a very pure friendship, and very
With Molly.
no.
Was Molly involved? It was very pure.
Only
friendship.
one time was there Molly. This continued on for like half a
You only
year.
tried to drug me once, guys.
She did. She succeeded in drugging me. Well, I mean, I took it. Like I took it.
Oh, he
But,
took it all right.
yeah.
He
Anyway,
took it all.
Apparently, yeah.
anyway, so I actually started developing like real feelings because it was just like the friendship was there, the intimacy was there, like the chemistry, everything was great. But she kept saying, well, I just broke up with him. I can't be with anyone right now, but you're the first guy I want to be with when I am ready to be with somebody. And this went on for a while. And it was just, I'd come over maybe once out of every 3 times I go over, she'd want to hook up. And I would just kind of just liked having someone that cared about me a little bit, you know? And so fast forward, I'm taking her basically on dates. I'm basically her boyfriend, but she doesn't want to be in a
Doesn't want to
relationship.
put a title on it.
You're her
I'm
sugar
doing- yeah.
daddy.
Exactly. And the one day she's like half naked on top of me, and she goes, I'm never going to commit to you because you don't eat right. You don't do this. You don't do this. You don't do this. You need to get this organized. And I'm thinking the whole time, you don't have a job. You sleep till 3 p.m. You have no idea what you want to do with your life, and you're almost 30.
Wow.
And you're going to tell me, like, and I wasn't judging her on any of that until she started judging me for not drinking enough water, like shit like that.
Well, I mean,
And,
you do need to drink enough water.
Well, but we kept hanging out, and
anybody will tell you that.
Yeah.
There's water and everything. I drink Coors Light. Okay.
That's
But,
not the same.
Have I died? I haven't died. Anyway.
H2O.
I don't drink water either. You're okay.
Yeah. Fuck water. Anyway. So we
Man,
keep
I feel like
hanging
the
out
water
on
boy
and
right
off.
now, the only one defending it.
I'll kind of like ice her a little bit. Like I'll stop talking to her, and then she'll like hit me with a, hey, let's hang out tonight. And I'll be like, oh, I'm trying to save money. And she'll go, oh, it's on me tonight. And then I end up paying for everything again. And I bought tickets to Tenacious D that you guys saw. Yes. And I was going to bring her, and we're driving to the mall. She was going to fix my wardrobe because I have no sense of fashion.
Let's
And
go to the mall.
Yeah. That's how I met your mother as well.
today.
But so we're on the way to the mall, and she goes, hey, my friend's a really big fan of Tenacious D. Can you also buy her a ticket? And I was like,
Can you say you're being used?
yeah, that's
Right.
what it gets worse. So this
Oh,
was the
God.
How
final
does it get
straw.
worse?
It gets
Yeah.
worse. So we're at the concert. She's bitching the whole time. It's like a
Wait, you
standing
bought her a
concert.
ticket?
I bought tickets for us originally, like just for me. And I didn't buy her friend a ticket. I said, fuck that.
Oh,
noise.
okay.
Unless I'm taking you both home, I'm not fucking buying her a fucking ticket.
Right.
But so anyway, we go to the
Fucking
concert.
Drew.
She's bitching the whole time. Like it's a standing concert. There's no seats, and I'm stoked because I'm in the front row, and I can see. I got Jack Black sweat on me. It was awesome. And she's like,
That
Go
would be
get
a
it.
crowning moment in my life.
and she's like, go get us more beers. I'm like, I'm not losing my spot in the front of the stage. Like if you really want to drink
You're
that bad,
never gonna make it back.
yeah, I was like, you can shimmy your way back if you want to. I'm good. I drank before we got here. Like, and so at the end of the night, she goes, what do you want to do now? And I was like, well, I was gonna go to this bar with my buddy. And she goes, well, I kind of was hoping that we'd go home. So I call the Uber and I have it drop me off at the bar and have it continue to her house. Because I'm like on the way out of this relationship. And the final straw was the last time we hung out. That day she had asked me for money because she said that she was negative and she was at the vet with her dog and they weren't going to let her leave and she couldn't pay the vet bill. And I was like, how much you need? And she told me. I'm not going to disclose the amount, but I sent her
It
it.
was a lot.
It actually wasn't too bad. I think she just needed to get out of the hole to, whatever. So she goes, do you want to hang out tonight? And I was like, okay, I have nothing better to do. So I go into town and she's already been drinking. And she tells me that she's got Botox that day. She used my money to get Botox.
What?
Oh.
Yeah. Instead of, it wasn't about her dog at all.
Oh wow.
And so
Wow.
and she's just being an
Oh.
annoying, judgy drunk the entire night, telling me everything I'm doing wrong and all this shit. And I'm just sitting there like just kind of steaming. And so we go back to her place. She's all turned on and shit. She wants to do all this noise, And she had no idea that as soon as I walked out that door, she would never talk to me again. And she's actually been blowing up my phone for like the last 2 weeks, trying to get me to talk to her.
She's
Like, I
probably
didn't tell
blowing
her-
up your phone right now because she's watching the episode and seeing your
she-
story.
Oh,
I
so
hope
this
she
is a
is.
recent thing?
This is very recent,
Yeah,
right
this
before I
was
started seeing this new
before-
girl. Right before
yeah.
I started seeing this new girl. And she actually has just like today found me on one of the social medias that I forgot to block her on and was like messaging me on that. She was texting my roommate, "Is Drew alive?" Because I didn't tell her anything. I just stopped talking.
Mhm. Well, if she's
I
watching this episode, she knows now.
I hope.
Well,
I fucking hope.
Where
she
was
is.
this when the ghost episode was?
I know, right?
Right. Yeah.
You ghosted her.
I'm
I'm
did.
not
No,
blaming
that's
you.
a
I'm not
pretty good
saying.
reason.
It
to
was
go.
right. It was
Yeah, I'm
right
not
after.
just-
It was actually right after that episode that I ghosted her.
He's
Was it?
like, everybody said it was okay. I can do this.
Yeah, we.
No, I honestly-
Right.
I
Yeah.
didn't
We
care
fully
how shitty of a
support
person
you.
I was. In this moment, I'm okay with being a shitty person. In that
That's
situation.
not being a shitty person, and that's not ghosting. That's having boundaries.
Yeah,
and
that's
he was being
respecting
a
yourself.
shitty person.
Yeah.
Wait. Can I read the last text she sent me though?
Yes.
Yeah.
I absolutely want
We,
to
we
hear
want
all
the whole
of them.
transcript, buddy.
It's just one message. So I had blocked her on Instagram, so I had a message request from her, and I got this today.
So if you block someone on Instagram, they can still send you a
They can-
request for a message.
They can message you, and it comes up as like it doesn't pop up. It comes up. You have a message request, and you have to click on and accept the message request.
Even if they're blocked.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's
Wow.
crazy.
I didn't know
So
that.
it's a pretty short message, but it said, "I'm sorry if I did something to upset you. I miss you, and I've been thinking about what I want. ... And it's you."
I bet.
Wow.
And then I
And your
blocked
pocketbook.
her again.
Again, if you're not my first, if I'm not your first choice, I'm go with your
I-
second.
No,
Go
I'll
with your-
never. I came to her apartment while we were like seeing each other, but not seeing each other.
Mhm.
And I walk in, and she had throat numbing spray on her. Table.
She was ready to go.
Yes, she
no,
was.
No, she had used that on
I
a
was
different
not expecting
dude
that one.
before.
Oh,
Ew.
Jesus Christ, I was not
Yeah.
expecting that.
There was one day. There
thought
was
she
after.
was just preparing.
Golly.
There's a,
And
there
I
a
was
Saturday-
excited for you.
The Saturday that we went to the
God.
mall, I had left all my shit at her house that I bought at the mall because we went
Uh-huh.
out to one of the areas where all the bars are here in Houston, and one of our other friends wants to come to a different bar. So I was like, "Hey, do you want to go to this bar and meet her?" And she goes, "Yeah, call the Uber." So I called the Uber, and then she comes back from the bar and she goes, "The bartender pissed me off. I do not want to be around people. I want to go home." I was like, "The Uber's like 2 minutes away. What are you talking about?" She goes, "Let's just go back to my place." Like, I already told my friend we're gonna go see her. I'm not gonna just ditch her, right? And so she goes, "I'll just get my own Uber." And I was pissed because all my shit was at her house, and I was like, "I need that shit." Like, it's a bunch of new clothes that I was, planning on wearing like the next couple days or whatever. And so I go to the club and I leave early enough to where she should still be awake. And I go over to her house and I see a light on. I'm like, okay, she's awake. So I'm calling her. I was like, "Hey, can I get my stuff?" And she's not answering. So I call her and call her and call her and call her. And she went to a guy's house that night.
Oh wow.
After I paid
Wow.
like for every tab that night, paid for every Uber. I bought her shoes at the mall. I was a
What a
fucking
dirty
simp.
skank.
How
I
much
was a
did you pay
fucking-
for Uber for the last year? Just
Oh,
curious.
No kidding.
I don't want to talk about that.
expensive.
Every time we talk to Drew, I took an Uber.
Can you
Yeah.
look that up in the app, like how much you've spent? Like,
Probably. Well, here's the thing. Me and my roommate carpool. And if he doesn't want to go home right away, I have to Uber from work. We work an hour and a half away from the house.
Oh,
So
man.
like there's been a couple Mondays where I spent like $70 on an Uber
And an
Oh my
episode
God.
that we canceled.
on an episode that we fucking canceled. Yeah.
I remember that.
sorry.
That was yeah. Yeah.
That was when I was asleep.
It's okay. I got drunk.
I mean, you have triplets, so it's understandable.
Anyway, that was the story.
So Drew, when you were first telling that story, I swear to God, like I think you probably saw it in my face. I was like, oh my God, when you said she had a boyfriend and was still inviting you back, I'm like, they're swingers and they're trying to get him to join.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I
that's
was
what
instantly
told you.
thinking pineapples.
Right, like, you didn't notice pineapples in her house.
No.
I think her saying that they were in an open relationship
Mhm.
was her way of basically, oh, I know this is going to be ending soon with him, and I need someone to pick up what he will no
Yeah.
longer be taking.
Well,
care of.
he actually had a girl. So that the first shitty thing she ever did to me is I brought us to rodeo cook-off, which I don't know if any of you guys know what that is, but we have like the
Nope.
big
I
Houston
do.
rodeo. Yeah, there's a big Houston rodeo. It's basically 2 weeks of concerts, like
Mhm.
headliners, like like big stars, right? Every day is a different concert.
It's like more like
But-
a month.
It's like 3 weeks.
Yeah, something like
And
that. Yeah.
the first 2 days of it is a massive barbecue cook-off at the football stadium. And it's like all these tents are put up. If you have to know somebody to get into a tent with a wristband, but it's all you can drink, all you can eat. It's amazing. So I got us
When is
into
this?
So
You had me
good.
at the all you could eat.
Yeah,
it's at the end
Houston.
of February. every
February,
year.
March. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
when I first
yeah.
moved. I first moved to Houston.
Yeah.
I was doing Uber, and they were. I was dropping people off over there.
So I get us into like 3 tents that night, and she finds out that her actual boyfriend's there with his other girlfriend, and she leaves me to go hang out with him after I bought his tickets to get in. And then when he didn't want to hang out with her, she just left.
Oh my God.
Like,
What a
how many
bitch.
chances did you
What a-
give this girl?
Way
it seems
too
like
many.
a lot.
Way
Because,
too fucking
like,
many.
You
Way
should have
too
been out
fucking-
like right away.
I feel like
So
it's
is the
pretty
girl
good.
you're with now, is she legit or is she a rebound?
Yeah.
She's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Does she
fucking
look like her ex?
No.
Well, they went to see Saw X together.
No, she ended up so her friend surprised her tickets to that. Like she found out the next day their friend bought her tickets to that. So we saw The Exorcist instead.
I mean, that's fitting.
It was horrible.
It's a good
But-
day for an exorcist.
Mhm. It's a sequel to the original. Funny enough, It just takes place 2023.
All of it.
No, she's incredible. I'm having a good time with her.
Well, I'm glad things are working out for you guys. You have to
Does
bring
she
her on the
have
show.
You
throat
had to go
spray?
through that whole circus.
Does she
to
have throat
find
spray?
fun.
Does she have what?
Throat spray?
Throat
Oh, she's winner.
Like throat spray out. Come over.
No.
She's winner.
She's
Who does that?
she's a
Right.
little bit more normal. This girl,
I
okay,
can't even.
okay, the other girl, like I would walk in and she'd have like sex toys everywhere. She was a
I
fucking
can't
weirdo.
not.
She was a
I can't
fucking
do
weirdo.
that.
Yeah.
This
like
is
how-
no offense to anybody that does this. Was she
I
an
am too
OnlyFans
immature
girl?
to be talking about sex.
Was she a
toys.
what?
Was she an OnlyFans girl?
No, but she did used to be a stripper
Of course.
back in the day.
No
That's-
disrespect
old
to
is this
like
shit?
any
She's
OnlyFans
28.
girls.
Way back in the day.
And when did you meet her? How long ago?
February, early February.
Early February.
So you put up with that kind of behavior for
Way too long.
I was an idiot for a long time. My roommate was
Like-
telling me the entire time.
6-7
Yeah.
months?
Yeah, something like that.
Wow.
Mhm.
Long time.
And then I
Yes,
just up and left, and she has no idea why. Which is like a red flag in itself that she did. Like, I'd be a little bit more okay if she was like aware that she was doing it and was just being a bitch.
No, how does she
Oh,
not know?
no.
Because and this is no stab at
She's a narcissist.
no stabs at dancers at all.
No.
But because I have friends that are dancers, they are good at getting what they want out of people. Like that is their
Mhm.
job.
Yeah, I'll say that.
You know
Oh,
what I
she
mean?
told me she wouldn't be with me if I didn't end up making a lot of money and shit like that too. There's a lot of fucking shit there I just ignored.
Gold
Yeah,
digger.
or bitch. What is
She
that?
ain't looking for no gold digger.
And not to be shallow, but it's not worth getting laid once a month.
No,
I agree with you.
I wouldn't even be friends with somebody like that, let alone be looking at them for a potential relationship.
Right.
Oh, she's a poor me type. All that shit. All that shit.
I'm just
so
curious.
I
'cause you, never mind. I won't ask.
Pity
go,
poor
go ahead,
you.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, it's okay.
Megan, say it.
What? I
Say
was
it,
just gonna,
Megan.
I was just gonna ask, and I don't know why. I just get the instant like thought. I probably shouldn't say it. Anyway,
Just
No, say it.
Say
Megan.
it.
Say
No,
it.
y'all want to hear
you
it.
have to like strap a 2x4 to your ass to
No.
keep. No, I'm
It was-
picturing like
it was-
hot dogs.
It
in the
was
hallway.
very vanilla shit.
for all those toys.
Yep.
And throat spray.
Yeah. She didn't use that shit on me. Or, when I was around, she used that shit for her other visitors.
For other
Yeah.
How many people has it been used on?
Right.
Fuck.
No idea. Oh no, I
Y'all
saw
know that
shit.
meme where it's got the girl and she's like open mouth and she's got hot dogs coming and flying out her
Yeah.
face? Have y'all seen that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Instant vibes.
All right,
Ooh.
guys. What a crazy episode, of course. And
I feel like I took up way too much of that episode. I'm sorry.
oh, you know what? No. That was awesome.
No,
I mean, that story was
Usual
amazing.
Story time.
The viewers kept going up when you were telling the story. I was like, wow. Okay. So, all right. So
What
we got
great story about
we
me.
got the audience engaged. It's awesome. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us this week on Love on the Rox. Got any ideas? Any suggestions? Anything you'd like us to talk about? Feel free to shout out to Megan, Crystal, Drew, Lydia, Ike, Jesse, myself, and let us know. And then we'll brainstorm ideas and see if it falls into the little pool of top picks
Into
for
the
each
top
week. So, yes.
Ooh,
All right, guys. You guys have yourself a great night. We will see you all next Monday night.
See
You
you
guys
all
have a
next
great
week.
week.
Toodles.
Good